Before the story begins, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know. What time do you usually watch videos? And don't forget to suggest the next story or content you'd like to see. Story 1, The Birthday Call. It was the morning of my 32nd birthday, a quiet Wednesday in early spring. I woke up to sunlight slanting through the blinds, the faint smell of rain still hanging in the air. My husband had already left for work, leaving a small bakery box on the counter with a note in his sloppy handwriting. "Happy birthday, love. Don't eat it all at once." I smiled, made myself coffee, and settled into my kitchen chair with the pastry. I wasn't planning on doing much that day. Work had given me the day off, my parents were away on vacation, and my best friend was coming by later that evening for dinner. It felt like the kind of calm, uneventful birthday I'd been craving. Around 10:15 a.m., my landline phone rang. That might sound strange in itself. Most people had long abandoned theirs, but I'd kept mine for sentimental reasons. It had belonged to my grandmother, a heavy beige rotary phone with a coiled cord. It almost never rang, except for the occasional telemarketer or the rare call from my parents when their cell reception was bad. I picked it up without thinking, cradling the receiver against my shoulder. "Hello?" A woman's voice came through, soft, warm, a little shaky. "Happy birthday, dear." I froze. The tone was oddly familiar, but my mind couldn't place it. Thank you. Who is this?" The woman gave a small laugh, like I'd just told a silly joke. "Oh, you know who I am. I just wanted to wish you a wonderful day. 32 years old, my, how time flies." My grip on the phone tightened. I hadn't told many people my exact age this year. Only my husband, my best friend, and my parents knew. My birthday wasn't public on social media. "I'm sorry," I said slowly. "I think you have the wrong number." "Oh no," the woman replied gently. "I have the right one. Why? I've been calling you on your birthday since the day you were born." A strange chill worked its way down my spine. "I think you're confusing me with someone else," I said, forcing a polite tone. She ignored that. "Do you still have the yellow dress I gave you? The one with the little daisies?" My mouth went dry. That dress? I did have it, folded away in a box. My grandmother had given it to me for my second birthday. She had passed away when I was 7. The woman must have heard my silence because she spoke again, her voice lower now, almost wistful. "I've missed you so much. I wish I could be there to see you blow out your candles." My hands started trembling. "Who are you?" There was a long pause, as if she were deciding how to answer. Then, "You can call me Nana if you like. You used to, remember?" I nearly dropped the phone. "This isn't funny," I snapped, my voice cracking. "I'm not trying to be funny," she said softly. "I just want you to know I'm proud of you, and I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer." For a moment, I couldn't breathe. The way she spoke, the cadence, the warmth, it was so much like my grandmother's voice that it hurt. I wanted to slam the phone down and end it, but my hand wouldn't move. "I need to go," I managed. "I understand," she murmured. "But before you do, check the second drawer in your nightstand, the one you never open. I left you something there." My heart pounded in my ears. That drawer had been empty for years. I kept it shut because the old wood stuck, and I didn't need the space. "What do you mean?" "You'll see. Happy birthday, dear." The line went dead. I sat there, staring at the receiver. The air in the kitchen felt colder somehow, and I realized my coffee had gone untouched, my pastry half-eaten. I tried to tell myself it was a prank. Maybe my husband was behind it, or my friend. But the mention of the yellow dress had twisted something deep inside me. Finally, curiosity got the better of me. I went to my bedroom and knelt beside the nightstand. The second drawer was stiff, and I had to tug hard to get it open. Inside was a small, folded piece of paper. My stomach turned. I didn't remember putting it there. My hands shook as I unfolded it. It was a birthday card. The front had faded daisies, just like the ones on the old dress. Inside, written in delicate cursive, were the words, "To my darling girl, may your days be bright and your troubles be light. All my love, Nana." The handwriting was identical to my grandmother's. I sank back on my heels, the room tilting. It wasn't possible. That drawer had been empty for over a decade. I grabbed my phone and called my husband at work. When I told him, he sounded concerned but skeptical. He swore he had nothing to do with it, and neither did my friend. That night, after dinner, I showed my friend the card. She said she'd never seen it before. We both checked the drawer again, half expecting it to be gone, but it was still there. I didn't sleep well. Every time I closed my eyes, I could hear her voice again, warm and steady. I've been calling you on your birthday since the day you were born. The next morning, I decided to 69 the number from the day before. The automated voice told me the call could not be completed as dialed. I called the phone company to see if they could trace it. They said no call had been recorded on my line at that time. For the next few months, I avoided using the landline altogether. But on the morning of my 33rd birthday, it rang again. I stared at it for a long time before picking up. Hello? A soft, shaky voice. Happy birthday, dear. This time, I hung up immediately. The next year, I didn't even touch the phone. It rang at 10:15 a.m. sharp, and I let it echo through the house until it stopped. But I still keep the card in my nightstand, and sometimes, on quiet mornings, I take it out just to trace my fingers over the handwriting. I tell myself it's impossible, that there must be a logical explanation. But deep down, I know the truth. She still calls. She always will. Story 2. Don't Go Tonight. It started with an ordinary Tuesday evening. I was sitting at my kitchen table, laptop open, scrolling through emails while a cup of tea steamed beside me. The sky outside had gone a dark shade of blue, and the rain was tapping steadily against the windows. I was alone in my apartment. My roommate had gone out for the night, and I had planned to meet some friends at a downtown bar in about an hour. My phone, lying face down on the table, buzzed once. The screen lit up, showing an unfamiliar number. It wasn't local, at least not in an area code I recognized. Normally, I would have let it go to voicemail, but for some reason I swiped to answer without even thinking. Hello? I said, expecting either a telemarketer or a wrong number. There was silence for a moment. Then a low, shaky female voice came through. Don't go tonight. I blinked, confused. I'm sorry, who is this? Please, the voice said again, firmer now but still trembling. Don't go out tonight. A chill crept into my spine. Do I know you? I asked, my voice tighter than I intended. You will, but if you go tonight, you won't make it home. Something about her tone, desperate but not unhinged, made my skin crawl. It wasn't like she was threatening me. It was like she was warning me. The rain outside seemed louder all of a sudden, and the faint hum of the refrigerator felt deafening in the silence between us. This isn't funny, I said, trying to inject some annoyance into my voice, though my hands were shaking slightly. Who gave you my number? I don't have time to explain. Just stay inside, please. Before I could respond, the line went dead. I stared at my phone, waiting for it to buzz again. It didn't. I checked the call log. The number was still there. I Googled it. Nothing. I sat for a long time, tea cooling beside me, debating whether to brush it off as some bizarre prank or actually take the warning seriously. I thought about calling one of my friends to see if they'd orchestrated some joke, but it didn't feel like a joke. Finally, I told myself I wasn't going to let some random creep dictate my plans. I grabbed my coat and umbrella and headed out. The city was slick and glistening with rain under the orange streetlights. The bar was about a 15-minute walk away, but I decided to call a rideshare instead. Halfway there, my driver slowed at a red light. That's when I noticed something. 2 police cars speeding past in the opposite direction, lights flashing. A block later, another police car screamed by. When I arrived at the bar, the atmosphere was different from usual, quieter, more tense. People were clustered near the windows, looking out. My friend Mark waved me over. "You're lucky you weren't here earlier," he said. Some guy came in with a knife about 30 minutes ago, tried to start a fight. Security got hurt trying to get him out. Then he just ran. Police have been circling the area. I froze, every muscle in my body going tight. 30 minutes ago, that was when I was still at home, phone in hand, deciding whether to leave. My phone buzzed again in my pocket. I pulled it out. Same number. I answered immediately. "Who is this?" A pause. Then, "I'm glad you're okay." The voice sounded almost relieved. "Wait, how did you know?" I asked, but the line was already silent. A moment later, the call ended. I sat there at the bar, heart racing, staring at my phone. I tried calling the number back, but it went straight to a recorded message. "The number you have dialed is not in service." When I left the bar later that night, the rain had stopped, but I felt like I was being watched. I kept glancing over my shoulder the whole walk home, the echo of her words lodged in my mind. I never heard from that number again. But sometimes, on quiet nights when my phone rings and it's an unknown caller, I hesitate before answering. Because I can't shake the feeling, if she calls again, it'll be for the last time. Story 3. The Child Who Called. It was nearly midnight when the phone rang. I remember it vividly because I was halfway through folding laundry, trying to keep my eyes open after a long day at work. I live alone, and I don't get many calls that late, so my first thought was that it was either an emergency or a wrong number. The caller ID just said unknown. I hesitated, then picked up. Hello? There was a faint crackle on the line. For a moment, I thought no one was there. Then a small voice, high, timid, and wavering, spoke. Is this Mr. Grant? My stomach tensed. Yes. Who's calling? My name's Oliver, the voice said. I'm lost. I sat down on the edge of my bed. Oliver, do I know you? No, he whispered. But I need help, please. I don't know where I am. I frowned, unsure what to do. It could have been a prank, but there was something about the tone, a shaky desperation that didn't sound fake. Where are your parents? I asked. They're not here, he said softly. It's cold and dark, and I can hear someone walking around outside. A cold prickle ran down my neck. Oliver, where exactly are you? I don't know. It's like a little house, but there's no lights, and the windows are all covered up. His breathing quickened. Please, can you come get me? I almost said yes without thinking, but then reality set in. I don't know where you are. Can you see any street signs? Any buildings? No, he said. Just trees, a lot of trees. Can you give me a phone number for your parents? I asked. I don't know it. Okay, I said, trying to keep my voice calm. Do you know how you got there? Silence. Then, in the smallest voice, I think someone brought me here while I was asleep. I felt my pulse start to hammer. Oliver, are you safe right now? Another silence. Then, he's coming back. The line went dead. I stared at my phone, hands sweating. My first thought was to call the police. I explained everything, every word Oliver had said. They promised to look into any missing children reports and trace the call, but they warned me that if the number was blocked or unregistered, it might be impossible. I didn't sleep that night. I kept expecting the phone to ring again. It didn't. 2 days later, around 11 p.m., it rang. Same unknown on the caller ID. I picked up instantly. Oliver? I said. There was a shaky breath. He left for a little while, but I think he's coming back soon. I swallowed hard. Oliver, listen to me. I called the police. They're looking for you, but I need you to tell me something, anything that can help them find you. Is there a road nearby? A sign? A sound? I could hear him sniffle. There's water. I can hear it, like a river. That was something. Good. What else? I don't know, he whispered. I don't like it here. The floor smells bad, like dead animals. I tried to steady my voice. Oliver, can you leave the house? Just to look? A long pause. Then, very quietly, the door is locked from the outside. I felt sick. Okay, just stay quiet, okay? I'm gonna keep you talking so I can... Footsteps. I could hear them through the phone. Heavy, slow, getting closer. He's here, Oliver whispered. Hide, I said sharply. Right now. Hide and don't make a sound. I heard a quick rustling sound, like he was crawling into something. Then, muffled through the phone, a deep, unfamiliar voice. Who are you talking to? The line cut out. This time when I called the police, I gave them every detail. They told me they'd check for any cabins or isolated structures near water, but I could tell by their tone that they weren't optimistic. Days passed. No calls. I kept checking the news, scanning for any sign of a boy named Oliver. Nothing. Then a week later, my phone rang again. It was mid-afternoon this time, and my heart jumped when I saw unknown on the screen. I answered, Oliver? But the voice that spoke wasn't his. It was deep, slow, and it sounded like it was smiling. He liked talking to you. My chest went cold. Who is this? A low chuckle. He wanted to call again, but he can't now. I gripped the phone so tightly my hand ached. If you hurt him, you'll never find him, the voice interrupted. No one ever does. The line went dead. That night, I couldn't bring myself to turn off the lights. I sat by my phone, waiting, dreading, hoping for another call that never came. Somewhere out there, a little boy's voice had reached out to me in the dark. And I failed him. Sometimes, the voice on the other end of the line isn't just a stranger. It's something else entirely, something that shouldn't know your name, your life, or what's about to happen to you. And yet, they do. You can hang up, block the number, change your phone, but the words they've spoken can't be unheard. When a wrong number knows too much, it leaves you with one lingering thought long after the call ends. Who or what was really listening?